Alrighty, welcome to a quick tour of the garden orchard. It is August 7th, 2016. Here's a real quick update. Over in this corner, blackberries doing pretty well for first year. I'm pleased. We've gotten a couple dozen berries maybe, and more coming. Let's see if you can see some of those. Yeah, quite a few more growing down there. There. And flowers. So more blackberries coming. Asparagus did really well this year. We didn't harvest any. This year's just a growth year, and when next year comes around, we can harvest a little. I think a few sprigs just to taste good, and but the third year, that's when you start being able to harvest it well. Sweet potatoes really came to a slow start. I have 8 different varieties in here. You can kind of see how I have them demarcated with these sticks, pieces of wood. Some are definitely growing better than others, so I've made note of which varieties I like. Now, this section here is from a large sweet potato that I bought at the grocery store, and this section here is from some smaller organic sweet potatoes that I bought at the grocery store. The rest are different varieties that I got from Sand Hill Preservation, and again, that's a Beauregard. That really took off to a slow start. Now, there were only 3 starts that survived, whereas the rest of these are somewhere between 6 or more starts. And that variety down on the end, and that Pioneer in the second section are probably doing the best. And then this is a rather unusual looking one. Rather than having bigger, wider leaves, they're more I don't know what you call that, long and slender. I believe that is Heart of Gold. Just not knowing what to do with this bed, I threw in some radishes and some beets and some rutabagas, not a many, and about half of what I threw in came up. I think the way to go with those is making starts in soil cubes, and we'll do that for the spring. Over in this bed, I have maybe a half dozen or so giant Russian sunflowers. I have some black beans like here and there and there, and then a summer squash that's doing really well. And I've noticed down inside, maybe you can see, maybe you can't, it's got some fruits and some flower buds about ready to go. So that's kind of exciting. Onto the trees. Pear trees, not doing so well. One of them's doing well. The other 3 are hanging on. Plum trees are growing well, but the darn Japanese beetles are just crushing them. So here's the Santa Rosa plum. Pear tree, pear tree, and pear tree. Those I got from Stark. I really not impressed with much of anything I got from Stark. I don't think I'll be ordering from them again. That's the one that's doing the best, and it is Anjui. Next, we'll look at pawpaws. I got 4 pawpaws growing, and they grow in these little cones, as you remember. And some of them have grown out of the cone. They're doing well. All four of them are growing, so that's a plus. We'll go over to the cherries next. Cherries got hit hard by the Japanese beetles, and they are struggling, as you can see. I resisted spraying for a long time, but I broke down and had to start spraying. And on top of that, I put out some beetle traps around the perimeter of the orchard, a good 50, 60, 70 yards away, and that's really drawing lots of them away. This is the only peach tree that's doing worth a darn. The other three, again, all the peaches came from Stark. Again, not real impressed with Stark. There's the peaches. Let's move the water. I've got it over here on one of the cherries. We'll move it over to an apple tree. I'm watering from those blue barrels, maybe you can see over there. Let's take a look. So I have 3 55-gallon barrels, and yeah, you can see them there. They are hooked up to a pump. That pump is going down to the pond and filling them up, and then I run a hose out to the garden. So quick rundown on the trees. First one right here. Oh boy, I'm gonna have to keep checking tags. Badan, a cider tree. Roxbury russet, another cider tree. Slow start, but I think it'll make it. This one's doing really well. This is my Ruby Macintosh apple. I got that from oh my name, I can't remember. I got that, 2 Sweet 16s, and a Liberty. The name will come to me. Man, they just did a nice job. I really am impressed with those trees. Here's the first of the Sweet 16 and the second Sweet 16. Now, if you remember me telling you about these, the reason that I picked them is the flavor reviews have just been off the charts, and it's supposed to be like a licorice, strawberry, cinnamon burst of flavor. So that's the only tree that I have 2 of. Next is Gravestine, and that's doing very well. These came from New York. Wow, can't remember that orchard either. King David, doing very well. Let's take a look. Sansa. Still a whip. It'll branch out next year. Honeycrisp, doing pretty well. Drusilla, doing very nicely. Ashmead's Kernel, another old heritage breed. Yeah, Sweet 16 again. And over here is the Liberty. That one's doing really nicely. Dabinet, Old World cider apple. And lastly, Enterprise. So they're all growing. Some better than others, some not so much. Chickens are doing well. They're nice and happy. I don't know if you can make it out. Little yellow dot where? Right out there is one of my beetle lure traps. And then I collect up the beetles and feed them to the chickens, and they seem to be liking them real well. Yeah, I got some other things going on over here. Well, let's take a look. We'll go back out the gate. Oh, the fence is done. The fence posts and the fence wire, I still have to string up barbed wire, but the fence is 6 feet tall. So here, can you see that? 6 feet tall fence wire. I have not got a proper gate on it yet. Right now I've just been taking an extra flap and banding it across the opening where a gate will go. But let's go over here and take a look at some other things I have going. I can't remember which is which, but some dogwoods, some crab apples, red buds, and hawthorn maybe. Got those from Arbor Day Society. Yeah, and they're gonna be hard to make out from the weeds growing around them. There's one. Here. These I haven't been doing anything with. They've just been on their own to make it or not. And so far they're all making it. We'll see how they do going forward. There's the beetle trap. Anyway, got some bees finally. 3 hives out there. 3 hives back on the other side of the... Hey chicks! Hey chick chick! Oh, they think I'm giving them food. 3 on the other side of the barn. So that's it. Quick update. Take care.